guys, Dorota, Palicka International Nail Artist and Educator, and I'm in with Fiona. We have took the snowflakes down, and I have left 2 nails just to show you how to do the rebalance, and then I will show you how we create this new design. First of all, I need to know which ones I need to clip. They actually didn't look too bad. So I'm just removing the old crystals from the previous set, and there is tutorial on those set of the nails as well. Like, I think it's really nice for January as well, like, you know, those wintry feel, and it wasn't over the top, and that's kind of style I do really love. So I'm using a cuticle nipper to clip off the gems, and finally I have got a good one. So this one is doing a job pretty good, probably not for long because it is pretty damaging for a cuticle nipper, but that's the easiest way to take the crystals off, especially when we're applying so much. And Fiona loves her bling, like a lot. Like the more the better. So I'm just clipping them off, and you could see it, guys, there was a caviar beads as well, so I'm trying to clip like as many as possible off as well, because again, filing those caviar beads are quite damaging to the cuticle bead. I'm going to use the safety bead and the K38, because that's my machine which I use in Salon, like, and I'm so used to it. So we are going to file away the old product in here. And we was encapsulating some snowflakes and doing some sugaring on the top, so you can see it how it looks after 4 weeks. I have to file quite a lot because the design is encapsulated inside, so I have to file quite deeply in. And straight away I'm also, guys, thinning out the free edge, because we need to take them down a little bit. Fiona is going on holiday, so I don't want the nails to annoy her when they are too long. And then this is 3rd or 4th infill we have done it on those nails, so on the next time we are going to just cut them off and do a fresh set. I don't do it more often than maybe 3, maximum 4 times a year, so I would say every 3 months Fiona gets a new set. So I'm just removing the design. And thinning out the free edge, same on this one. Watch your eyes, guys, when you're filing off any kind of crystals or caviar beads. You really don't want to jam that into your eye. Same when you're clipping the crystals off, you really don't want the damage. So be careful with that. So I'm filing close to the cuticle to remove the old product. Ooh, that was bad. Wrong angle. Don't do that, guys. And then we can shorten it. Actually, I'm going to maybe... That just stopped me. I'm going to just remove a little bit more from the free edge, so I don't have as much hand filing. Okay, next step is to take a hand file and reshape the nail. So I need to shorten it. You can see it how I'm holding the nail. I don't want too much vibration in there, so I'm just nicely shortening it, like, and then file from the sides to get those coffin shape, because obviously the coffin shape, if we do shorten those nails a lot, it will end up into the tapered square. Bye. So you really want to get those nice coffin shape back in again. Blend all the old product in here. And do the same on the other hand. I'm not shortening it to the length of the actual nails yet, because if you do so, you might end up having too short nails, so I'm kind of careful doing so. And then shorten it. blend it out. And get those triangle shape for coffin. Quite like, obviously for a coffin we need a bit of length. The shorter the nails are, I think the more misshapen they become for the coffin shape. So that's what probably the kind of shortest when it looks nice. Anything shorter and you will start misshaping the nails. Okay, my next step is to clean any dust which I've got in there and sort out the cuticles. So using the cuticle pusher, we are going to push them back. Nice and firm. You have to make sure like there is no cuticle on the nail plate. So you can see there are some cuticles in here on the nail plate, and we need to get rid of that because if there is any cuticle on the nail plate, the product is going to lift. So I'm using the e-file again and the cuticle bit. For Fiona's cuticles, I quite like to also use those slightly thicker one. And I'm cleaning everything which is on the nail plate. So at this stage, I'm only concentrating on the nail plate. Okay, one side. Put it back into the reverse and then do the other side. Okay, so this way I have no cuticle on the nail plate. Now once I've got the machine on the reverse, depending on the size of the cuticles, I could either clip it or I could go with the e-file and file it off. I like to kind of do it both. Quite often, yeah, I do this step as well after I have applied the product and I have filed everything, because my nail plate is exposed, so I can easily apply the gel. And I don't need to necessarily remove any cuticles before filing, but here I've got quite a lot. So I'm just gently trimming it off. And in a case when I've got only little, I wouldn't touch it now. I would just touch it, sorted it out at the end of filing. Okay, final checks. So I'm searching for any shiny places, taking the nail corner of the file, and I'm searching for any shiny places. I might give it a couple extra scratches, and this way I'm preventing the lifting, because the natural nail plate is really properly etched and is all ready for a gel application. So make sure you always do that. Remove the dust. And then we are going to use the scrub. So clean it, and again you can kind of clean it more into the sides, because you always clean the middle. So I like to go and clean it more to the sides, because the middle is always going to be perfect anyway. Extra nail prep. Wait for it to dry, and then we are going to apply the Universal Air Bond. I'm just applying the Universal Air Bond. And again, wait for it to dry. The gel which we are going to use, guys, so also a quick explanation as well. So we've got those Desire Nails Fiber Gel, and okay, no, that's the Milky Pink. No, that's not the one we want. We want the Perfect Rose. So that will we will have those blingy pods, because obviously I love the blink and we cannot live without of them. So they are going to stay with us. They will just go under the different name, and then you can still have the matte pods as well for the Nail Perfect, if you prefer the matte look. Obviously I love the blink, so we are going to keep the blink. I'm going to apply this Perfect Rose into the entire nail, nice and thin layer of it. And then pick up an extra scoop to build up the apex. So just thin. Not too thick. And then start pressing a little bit harder to make sure we have no excess of the product at the free edge. Because you don't want any more product there. We probably got too much. Cook it in. And same in this nail. So first layer, like very close to the cuticle, like almost touching it. So you've got the product there. Pull those nail folds down. And here, because I have filed a little bit more on the one side, I'm just going to fill that up first before I move my apex. And now I can pick up the scoop of the product into the apex. Sorry, Fiona. Thanks. So one side, other side. I like to direct the client hand a little bit down so the gravity does the job for me as well. It's really helpful. Remove the excess of the product, and this way we have built up the nail. So the other nail needs to cook another, that's it, change. And we can just go and start shaping. There will be also lots of new like products coming up on the website as well, so but you will be able to get your fiber gels and the blink pots. So I'm really chuffed for that, because it was a big disappointment for me. So I was like, no, I cannot live without of crystals. But the shaping, so I'm shaping one side, other side into this nice coffin shape. And now I can tell straight away, I can shorten it quite a decent bit. Blend everything around the cuticle area. And then thin the free edge, because look guys, like how thick it is, like it's really thick. So I need to remove all this bulk of the product. And it is only because we have shortened the nails, so the structure goes from thinnest around the cuticle area, like really thin, right close to the cuticle, almost no product, because you don't want to see the gap when the nails grow. So later on, when they grow, you got a really nice, nice looking nails, even after a long time. Okay. Check the length one more time, tiny bit shorter, and then this nail is ready. So I'm going to go straight away into the buffer. Now with the buffer we can remove quite a lot of product as well, so I never file too much with the file, like, I mean, at least I try to don't file too much with the file. Blend that around the cuticle area. And then after I have done the white buffer, I'm going with this one because it is a little bit more precise around the cuticle area. Okay, after I have done the filing, I can go and pick up my e-file bead and just file it a little bit more around the cuticle. So I kind of get them ready, like push them a little bit more back and then just file this away. Now, not all clients you can do that. So Fiona is kind of in between, so I would still call her cuticles pretty sensitive. so I have to be very careful doing it. Especially that's when we use all the nail dehydrator, there is a dust, the cuticle looks much worse than actually it is. So that's plenty. I'm going to quickly do the same on this hand. So one side, other side. Blend around the cuticle area. And then next time we can, sorry Fiona, there we are. So next time we can do a nice fresh set. Again, thin out the free edge because look how huge it is. But obviously I'm not touching my apex. You don't want to remove any product from the apex. You want those strands on your nail. Okay, then the white buffer. And with the white buffer you can see it how I'm holding her hand, like I'm really protecting the nail folds, making sure I don't touch her. And when I'm filing on the sides, I rather to kind of do a brushing out motion, like those kind of movement. This way you've got, you can kind of buff faster without of risking of cutting the clients. So this is pretty important. And then the other buffer. The reason why I leave some parts of the cuticles is obviously we're using the cuticle bit, which is on file, to file them away. And quite often after you have completed all the filing, you don't have to sometimes even touch the cuticles anymore because you have filed them with the file, if that makes sense. So I quite like to do that as well. Okay, clean the dust. Let me check this one. Just a touch more. And for this part, I've got my e-file into the reverse. Okay, I'm going to clean it really well, make sure there is no dust particles. And then we can move on into the design. So on this nail we are going to apply the transfer foil gel. And it works like a glue, which is awesome. So I'm just applying nice and thin layer again. And straight away at the same time I'm applying the High Shine No Wipe Top Gel into this nail. So the top coat. And we are going to cure this for 60 seconds. Like make sure there is no dust particles, which is just flying everywhere here now. Oh gosh. So if I get the particles of the dust too annoying, I clean my brush and then I can wipe them off. Perfect. Inside. On this nail, I have done the mixture, so I have used the gels, like I've got the mixed white with red to achieve my nice pink for this part of the design. So I'm just using the angular brush now to apply it in. I'm not going to be overly fussy how I apply it in, because we are going to cover some parts of it with the gems anyway. So really, you don't need to be like super fussy about it. And as you can see it, guys, I have did something which I shouldn't. I have used my brush to mix the pink. Don't do that. Don't use your brushes. Perfect change. Okay, so on this new we are going to use the transfer foil, and they come in sets, a box of 10 transfer foils. They are actually also my quite love this one, and there is also the blue actually from this side. This one is amazing as well, and it looks always fantastic. So I'm just cutting a small piece of those transfer foil, and actually I'm going to show you guys, because there is a part which we are not going to need it and I don't want to waste it. So for Fiona's nails I want more of a flower pattern, but then I don't want to waste it because I could use it for a different client. So I will just cut it like this, and then I can use this part for Fiona, and then I can keep it this one for someone else. Okay, and then that's the nail for transfer foil. So I'm applying it more into one side first. Do not apply it into the both sides. Like if you do it, it's just more difficult. I always apply it one side first, keep rubbing, and really take your time with it. I mean, painting it freehand would take us ages, so we can really make this process time consuming as well, so we get a really beautiful nice coverage. So do not rush. I like the silicone tool to go, or like something which can really go into the cuticles. And then once you rub it enough, you will notice that the foil starts to kind of coming off itself, and that's the time when you really want to start peeling it off. Okay, so I can see it here, it kind of starts coming off. So what I can do is I can just gently peel it from the side now. Only from the side. Go to the free edge, because this way the foil is not going to bend. Okay, so I can completely finish my free edge now. Go to the other side. Rub the other side. And again, once I'm happy, I can peel it. And this way I don't get bends into the other part of the nail. Okay, you could see it, the transfer foil will start bending, but because we have released it in some places, I can really start rubbing it on without of bends. And that's what it is all about. You really don't want these bends, you want the nice pattern in there. Actually, with the gloves, life is more difficult. Okay, release it. Get rid of those bends, and then just cuticle area. So very close to the cuticle. Okay, this side is ready, so I can peel it there as well, which will make my life easier. This is the only part we need to attach, and that's it. I can peel it all off now. Okay, yes, I did took some time to do it, but this way we have got a really nice coverage. And the picture looks really beautiful if you take your time. The next step is to wrap some chrome in there. So we are going to use the rose gold chrome. and it's handy. Actually, you could maybe hide your hand from the dust, yeah. So we have just hidden Fiona's other hand because I was scared the dust particles might get over it. Now I'm just rubbing the chrome, and of course you could use different background. You could do it on red, you could do it on black, and it will give you a different color. I have chosen just to rub it into the Perfect Rose gel because it looks really nice like this. It's a really beautiful light rose gold color. Okay, so I'm just rubbing it properly in. And then using an eyeshadow applicator, I just like to go again around the cuticle area, just so I get it a bit nicer in there. You can also scratch the free edge when you're doing a chrome, or you could use the universal air bond. Straight away, obviously I've got some back of the foreman here, so I'm going to use the base gel to apply the crystals. So a drop of the base gel, and then the crystals. So I've got a mixture of all different type of crystals here, and we are going to use some old brush to put some crystals here and to put some crystals there. So I'm just using the base gel. 2 very large crystals. Can I actually see the other hand? Thank you. 2 medium. So I drop more of the base. You have to be very careful because we have applied a chrome, so you don't want to do the mistake with your crystals. If you do the mistake, you will have to just start again with your chrome application. To avoid that, what you could do is you could apply the top coat, give it a couple scratches, and then apply your crystals. Can I? Sorry, just, yeah. And then I've got medium. So a drop of the base gel, which I did before. So I done it a second time. Apply those crystals in there. So what's happened is I have put too much of the base gel. And now I'm struggling with it. So I'm just making sure the base gel doesn't touch the cuticles. It can be very close, but you don't want to flood the cuticles with it. Perfect inside. Okay, we have to apply the crystals here as well. And what I'm doing is applying a thin layer of the base gel and then another base gel. So where we've got the cuticle area, we are going to apply a very tiny crystals. And then move them into the right place. Again, I want them very close to the cuticle, like the crystals itself, the crystal itself, as long as it's not pushing too strong into the cuticle, it can touch the cuticle, the crystal, but not the product. Okay, so the crystals are okay to touch the cuticle. I actually like my crystal to touch my cuticle as long as they are not too strongly pushed in there, because this way I have no not much of the growth. And that was one of the questions, guys. So basically what is happening with all the comments, like you do leave me such amazing comments, like, and so many great questions. Obviously, because of the amount of those questions and the comments, I'm not able to answer all of them. But ideally, what I want to try to do is I want to kind of try to answering them in the next videos, because I think it is a little bit easier, and also the questions are not going to repeat as much because I will answer them so everyone will know the answer. Can I check the other hand for a second? So I have, sorry, I just need to work it out what I have used. So I have used the medium ones. That's the ones. Perfect. So I'm just applying 2 of them on the one side and then 2 of them on the other side. Now you understand why I say don't bother about painting a perfect line on the top, because it doesn't matter. We really don't need it nice, because we are covering it up with the crystals. Okay, inside, try to keep it nice and straight. And basically the final step is to apply the, oh no, another thing is, like, when I'm using the transfer foil, I like to do a drop of the base gel as well. So a drop of the base gel over the transfer foil, and like no matter what, this never comes off. Like clients comes back and I'm actually this one in, and I'm actually thinking like, why did I put this transfer foil? Because obviously when you file the transfer foil, it gets stuck a little bit into the bits as well. So there is a tutorial which you can search on my YouTube channel, how to clean a dirty e-file bits, and you need to really, guys, check it, especially when you're using a transfer foil. It can really get stuck into your e-file bit, so I'm showing how to clean it as well. Now applying decent amount of the top coat, because this particles got pretty dusty from the dust which is flying here. Change. And the top coat on these 2 nails, and then that's us basically finished. So I love those transfer foil, like I think it just exchanged the look of the nails so quickly, and it looks so pretty. I can create so many different designs. Now apply the top coat over the chrome, and when I'm applying the top coat over the chrome, I always make sure I do cap the free edge properly. Like you really need to make sure you cap those free edge properly. You don't want any surprises, so nicely cap it in. And basically I just need to clean them and take a nice thumbnail picture. That's what we have created today. I hope you have, guys, really enjoyed it. Swap this one in. Oh, you're getting used to showing them both hands. Thank you. Fiona wanted to already show you both of the hands. No, we need to clean them really well, and like with the chromes, you really need to go around the cuticle area, because otherwise it is really visible in the pictures. So I'm always making sure I clean it really properly before taking the pictures. We wash the hands and then we apply the cuticle oil. So usually I cannot show you the full process, obviously how nice they look in a camera once they finish, because it's a really long process of getting the hands ready for the pictures, because when you do like this, it just doesn't look nice, like, you know. So what I'm always doing is I'm washing the hands, cleaning any dusty particles, and when I'm applying the cuticle oil, it's a minimal amount of the cuticle oil. Like I even wipe it off at the end, because the cuticle oil shine quite bad and then it doesn't look nice on the pictures. So you don't want to float. And now I have been talking so much, I can show them the other hand as well. You don't want your clients to have too shiny fingers, like, but that's a holiday set which we have created today. Sending you lots of glittery hugs, and bye for now.